Never get swelling. Never get so jumpy. No, hey, it's a lucky thing I never get swelling. It's a luck.
Wagwan family, on all right. Here we go. What you guys doing today?
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again. What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss we eat the yellow rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste and bust a man statue. Say we like a cash, but we got in a figure you. Take this bit of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above end up him, I got to too much it in the kitchen, some of well like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you. It burn me 300% free. It burn me garbage pile up the day. It burn me give the teacher them raise. It burn me I see corruption face. It burn me mash down the people them house. It burn me every day appear arms out. It burn me appear money them a thief. It burn me and them a sell out the beach. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
And there's a growing realization.
Wagwan family, manners and respect, people. I want a serious video this, you know. If you love Jamaica, send it, go give somebody in their WhatsApp, 3 to 5 people. Yes, if you're Liberate and PNP, you better come here. If you're there, you better come here. Because right now, I'm going to talk to Uno. Wagwan, so. You see, on this platform named Jamaican Carlos TV, me tell you something, I not take no side. I'm dead serious about that. Me not take no side, people. And me not trust politician on my platform. None of them. Me have to take that stance here, people, based on what them fed me all these years. I grew up on both sides. So what changed today? Now that me a big man, I'll have grey beard and grand picnic. What changed? Anything changed for us? Meaningfully? Both sides come in and then play us. Room for rent, apply within. When I come out, you get in. Have you ever seen any one of these politicians lock up other politicians who are their friends for robbing from the poor? Me advise on us for go and go vote, but hold them accountable. That is your duty, my people. The citizens have a job to do. Go vote for them. Go and vote. It's your rights. People dead for you to vote. But me go show now me I talk about now. We get back to the aisle where they say we not got. We not no aisle of Jamaica. PNP quiet, Liberate quiet. Same goddamn thing with the copper and the gold. When we already read for Uno, them thing they in the news of Jamaica. Gold they go to Jamaica and copper. Backside mining for years. You can go back to Dr. John Lennon, all his recordings, them out there. Them out there. Go check out Dr. John Lennon, video them. He might tell you these things long time, say, PNP and Labour right now giving out of the mining. They might take it off for themselves. People, it's time to hold both of them accountable. It's time to hold them accountable. Imagine we have little gold in Jamaica. Liquid gold. Yeah, we hear, we read in the paper for you guys. We read the other day, it's a gold there, Jamaica. We also have a conference we went on in England. Shareholder conference, Jamaica looking for investor to come invest in the isle with them. Fine. Jamaica is the one they put on the show in England. Jamaicans in England said they never know about this. We have investor conference and Jamaica no in it. That means they don't want the Jamaican people to invest in it. Politician and a big investor friend. We look different from we. So we ain't nobody. A third of the GDP we in the diaspora fling in a Jamaica. Nothing else in a Jamaica this big. And the moment they find gold, black gold, we see it bigger England. We say if this never go to England and them other people attack, would I never know about it? Read that the news. All of a sudden, Vaz come out, come tell we say, we don't find no gold. But we're going there today. I want you guys to listen that the PNP and Labour Right, them know about this black gold. I'm going to prove that to you today, because and I'm going to hear that from you now. You're not going to hear that from me, because I would know nothing about that if I never listen to the white man, the CEO of the mining company. If I was not listening to him, I would know that.
Minister Darrell Vaz has dismissed reports on social media claiming an oil discovery off Jamaica's coast. He labeled the news or the claims as fake news. Mr. Vaz stated that there is no such find and urged the public to disregard these rumors. He explained he received numerous inquiries about the matter.
As Minister, I can categorically state that there's no such thing. It is absolutely fake news. I, as Minister, will be the first one to be excited to share any such good news if and when that happens. So until such time as you hear from me, while I'm Minister, disregard all information in relation to Jamaica's discovery of oil. It is just simply untrue. Lie.
However, here we are going to people. We say we are play with them money. So here where the Minister of Energy say, nothing to see here. It's all a lie. Some other people that look like we. They are England. I chat up the things. Big old CEO of the company. And him we are heard from. Who do you hear from? Who are people, them people? I don't believe say the PNP them no come here. If you're not PNP, come here. More of a say if you don't put the goddamn politician them over our country today. Because for years we have been slave to them. Room for rent apply within PNP Labour Right, PNP Labour Right. Each one know the corruption when them commit against each other. You hear them talk about it come election time. But when them come in, them not lock up each other. Stop playing the people them. Where I open up now is a different day. These people know what's going on and I want to listen what me about to play for you guys. We ain't playing no game. We're exposing goddamn lies.
That reserves have to be replaced in order to meet that energy.
Well, we've built a very close relationship with the island of Jamaica and the government. Not
Guys, can I hear?
only the host government.
Hold on.
Well, we've built a very close relationship with the island of Jamaica and the government, not only the host government, but the political opposition as well.
Not only the host government, but the political opposition as well. You know, hear that? On the PNP come here where I take coffee, the PNP side, like them, they would now go shaft way. They not come out and say one thing about it, you know, everything are Andrew Owen's problem, you know. We're not gonna have that, you know, people. We're not gonna have that about you know. A PNP and Labour Right can we come here, so you know. We're not gonna have that just and hug up this, you know, people from my platform, you know. We're gonna show them, you know. Some people are gonna up in them feeling, but we don't care. Never shown if you mean, look here. If your future, your youths them, your grand youths them, come before a politician, they should make you feel hurt, you know. If you put your life before a politician, your country, this should make you get hurt, you know. If you're a patriot, this should make you hurt, you know. That the one time in our history at the island, look how we are suffering country, we beg and we borrow from all over the world. When we think about gold, my mind I reflect upon the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, all these places where these guys are living lavishly. Them thing I think at the Caribbean island we use gold, liquid gold oil to lift up them island. These are the meds that we have when we hear about it, you know. But all of a sudden, we hear Vaz come out here so come pull a brick on it.
Minister Darrell Vaz has dismissed reports on social media claiming an oil discovery off Jamaica's coast. He labeled the news or the claims as fake news. Mr. Vaz stated that there is no such find and urged the public to disregard these rumors. He explained he received numerous inquiries about the matter.
As Minister, I can categorically state that there's no such thing. It is absolutely fake news. I, as Minister, will be the first one to be excited to share any such good news if and when that happens. So until such time as you hear from me, while I'm minister, disregard all information in relation to Jamaica's discovery of oil. It is just simply untrue. Lie.
Hey, but listen to the CEO. This is the CEO, Brian Larkin, has to say out of England. But look, after that, Brian Larkin, the company come out, come say, them not find no oil, so they might work with the government, like liar go round, so them and the government are working concert. Just like JPS, shortly after the hurricane, like 5 days after, JPS said 83% of the island is back with electricity. Andrew Holness come out and side with it and say, yeah. So you can see, say, your government will work with other people against you. They are not like Burkina Faso president when I want nothing. Them a politician coming if a scrape. Burkina Faso president refuse his presidential salary. Him a captain in the army, civil servant. That's the salary the man a live off of. He refuse lavish cars and whole heap of man round him to waste the people money. The man a drive an old vehicle. Do you understand, leaders who love them people? Make we listen what the brother say. And make we hear the secret of them about England. England is a go on, you know. And the PNP then go on like say them no war go on like me a goddamn idiot. It's when me come out come talk sometimes the PNP they want to come shut me down, you know. You know, so me beat Andrew Holness more than me beat Mark Golding. Because Andrew Holness around the country, Mark Golding not around the country. Andrew Holness are the one who can make immediate change right now. That's why Andrew Holness gets so much karate chop from my platform. Nothing else. Not because me a PNP. As things I get down to the wire, I mean, now make them lie to uno people and style uno and go on and go on like say we not find liquid gold. Labour right need some of the money too. PNP needs some of the money too. And listen, a damn idiot to know see what go on. Love man and party over no goddamn self and a country. One little time we find something like this. Are we getting anything from the mining, bauxite mining? Do you know of anything in Jamaica and anywhere that bauxite mining have found maybe education, maybe roads, maybe schools, healthcare? Do you know of anything that bauxite mining is funding? Do you hear them talk about the gold mining and the copper mining in the budget? Where are those money going? Who benefit from the mining of gold and copper in Jamaica? Then why we can't process it ourselves? It's 2024. Why we cannot process it ourselves? Republican go up on damn Google. Go figure out to do these damn things. How what we are do, boy? Are you too, brother? You see what I say, people? We are Jamaican must whoop up a goddamn here. I say PNP and Labour are fling trick pound we are. But if we hold them accountable, if they vote for them, start asking the politician question now. I don't know. Was them boy ever rich and boy rich until they can't reach a goddamn more? I want to do people. We don't know what going boy, you're not idiot. We could have backside up. Now come go on like some man boy so above reproach and you can't talk to about them because people cuss you out and all them things that. Oh no go away. The country above man and party. And I come telling you today. Now side with no specific side. Sell out the country. Them man agree on so many things more than when they disagree, and it seems. Them agree and giving with the joke. Them two man. Them agree and the joke. Walk around the country campaign for we take the joke. Them agree and sending troops to Haiti. Do you understand me? I say? Some agreement that come, change your culture, something so big, not a word. We don't know no man position on the other side. How we be fully trust everybody where when I eat that hour, I want to come from. Make a listen what I go on here, man, but we liquid gold here, man, because they want to get mad here, man, and make nice. Think one little time we can find some aisle when they want to take it off on the people. We say PNP and Labour right. At time for the whole of we get up. At time for the whole of we get up and the boy get up off of we blood clean neck. Listen what I go on after you ever say. No did they. Make we listen what I go on in England about we gold. Listen what them happy about what they find in our island. And we don't know about here yeah.
Well, we've built a very close relationship with the island of Jamaica and the government, not only the host government, but the political opposition as well.
Opposition.
Everybody's very keen and supportive to see this well drilled, purely because of the economics, the potential upside of
Everybody's keen on to see this well drill. So Mark Golding know about it. Everybody's keen, they want the well drill. The PNP know about it. Don't be no damn idiot. Them know. We're not ready for real change yet, you know, people. You know why we're not ready for real change? Because as a man start talk for them country against politicians and no one cost them out. And you not get no benefit from the politician, you know. Personally, and your country not benefiting, and you know. Some of they are foreign and don't know what real change look like. You don't know what a politician working look like. You don't know what a clean politician opposed to a corrupt one look like. But in a gated community of foreign, nice. You will come a foreign, you want to pick it in a white man country against white politician. But it is okay to have dirty politician in your country because of politics. Jamaica, we're not ready yet, you know. We're not ready for meaningful change. As a man come, sing and dance and tell us something. A man with a pretty or light complexion come and tell us something. A man who can give us the most promises come and tell us something. We believe them as black people from the Caribbean to Africa. We don't sit and dissect nothing because we as a people always look for a savior. We must have been a fool again. It has been 80 odd years. PNP labor right, PNP labor right. Where you see that benefit the country, both sides come in and look like them work with other people. Eh? You see the separation between these two guys in many different things? The Haiti thing? How would that we work for this, sir? My grandfather, a Big Daddy? Yeah, man, Big Daddy, Haiti thing. So Mark go and line up behind it too. Because Big Daddy say Andrew, if you send it to then go Haiti, so Mark line up behind him. The joke. Big Daddy say, I hate to forget. And you come out and I sell it thing and I say, I God send the joke come. I God make the joke. And I'm going to go there. I'll go behind him everywhere. Don't have a second opinion or even just question it or mind of his own. The only look here, man. Him go out there and him campaign and they joke. And the whole of them, they were on the place and try to joke off the people them. Like we now go remember what them do when they joke did that give away. When you want to blame Andrew honest, make the truth be spoken. Stay in the middle. Look for your country, go and go vote for Andrew if you have vote for him. Go and go vote for Mark if you have vote for him. But hold both accountable. That's all I say. Hold both accountable. These guys are closer than you think. It look like these guys are more closer than we think. Me not lie, yo. Eh? There's a lot more question need to be answered around here, these two guys. And we are going like we want to cuss out each other for someone who don't even know we don't care about nothing, boy. Yeah. We have the Samoa agreement to sign. Selling out the youth them behind. Or is it Mark so quiet? If it's a European Union trade deal, I ain't going to benefit the country. We wonder where cause Andrew Ones, you know. Me cause Andrew Ones, other bloggers cause Andrew Ones, say my Tony country not fish. But as I read for you the job of the opposition, or the opposition that oppose this. Then Babsy, Terry Long, and all of them go Canada, go sign documents to have Canadian teacher come back to Jamaica, come teach we youths them. Bob Bill and Bob, and the Batty way, change the culture. These things, me not say the country not got change, but allow the country to change on its own. Stop taking money, stop prostituting, stop taking money to sell out the culture. The PNP is awfully quiet and come out and come talk. Some of you don't like it. Some of you don't like it. Otis and Golding linked to non-profits, not in good standing. Nobody not ask them question here. What the hell are going on here, sir? We don't ask a question because, man, I got shut up your mouth, Carlos, man. You know, say, you're going to make the man lose vote. You're going to make people turn their mind. I don't give a damn. Go campaign for your goddamn keeps. This is my platform. It's all about country. You want to hear about party? Go on some other platform. Me not take no side. Now play with them people. We have gold in our country, black gold, and them go like they say, we not have it, we are idiot, we are dummy, no gold, no there, we poor, we broke, we hungry. Look over there, son, look over here, so. This man that come out, come tell us, say we not know, a lie, no aisle. But make we all listen this. Something that the government put on in England Forget. People are shareholder, people. They might look for people to come investor them a look, shareholders. So the government put on something at England to get investors to come invest in the Isle where they find. In this clip, you're going to hear them talk about how many barrels. In this clip, you'll hear them talk about how many football pitch, how the size of the island. In this clip, you'll hear them as them a sell to investors. You listen to them. Them pitch, them a give them pitch to investors. Them a sell our country, the Isle, to investors. And them a tell investors say how much it is profitable. You put in little in it. It is so little to get in, and the vast profit. Poor people of Jamaica now get nothing. Listen, behind the back of England. Hear this.
The size of the prize is huge for what is a reasonably low minimum investment. And in fact, as a demonstration...
start again.
Well, we've built a very close relationship with the island of Jamaica and the government, not only the host government, but the political opposition as well. Everybody's very keen and supportive to see this well drilled, purely because of the economics, the potential upside and value. The size of the prize is huge for what is a reasonably low minimum investment. And in fact, as a demonstration of the support of the government, they've kindly hosted us this evening for this evening's shareholder event, which we're very excited about.
Host that.
The energy demand for the world is going to be fulfilled all the way out to 2050 by at least between 40 and 50% coming from fossil fuels. We're in an energy transition. Transitions take decades. And there's a growing realization that reserves have to be replaced in order to meet that energy demand.
The potential is huge. It's a potentially life-changing license for the island of Jamaica. The size and scale and value is truly mind-blowing. This project could be potentially 7 billion barrels of recoverable oil. It could potentially double the GDP of the island as a standalone project, and it could also generate over $30 billion of tax take for the island of Jamaica. So the scale is quite substantial.
The Jamaican opportunity is really a unique one. It's massive acreage holding, over 22,000 square kilometres, which is the equivalent of 3.5 million football pitches, and really the opportunity to be first mover in a country that is energy hungry, that would like to replace its imports with indigenous supply. More than that, the way that we're looking at Jamaica now, and the technical work that's advanced, we see a real opportunity for a string of pearls in terms of exploration and development. And we're really looking at early commercialization and how we can do that. And with that, we've built a development around. It's conventional. It's using floating production and storage offshore systems, such as used in the Stabroek license in Guyana, for example. And actually, we have many similarities to the Stabroek license. So in the look at how we would go about commercializing these opportunities, we've really started to attract and engage with a number of partners, and we're really taking those.
Hold on. When I hear good people, can you guys hear good? Like, are you guys hearing me properly? Hear them talk about we well. PNP and Labour to come here. When you come here, man. When you come here. When you hear how them talk about we own sitting in a film country in England. We don't know about you, We don't know about you. You hear the man say the PNP and the Labour know about you. You never hear that. And I make it up, Not my word. The CEO said that. So PNP and Labour right, them boy are play with. Can you imagine if I get reparation? From your boy, I mean, them sing about reparation and take me back to Africa and all type of stuff. Can you imagine if they ever make the mistake and put reparation in a them a criminal hand? You think so? Would I get any? The man, them wicked. Unless me an idiot and I really understand what I'm listening right here, so me can come back and believe what Vaz said. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something, Darrell Vaz. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what me hearing at this fundraiser conference hosted by the government of Jamaica and England, what we don't know about. Maybe I'm misunderstanding this. Maybe what I'm hearing here, them really are saying no, fine, no aisle, but me not understand what I hear. So Vaz, is that what you're saying? The people don't talk about barrel, the size, the this, the that, numbers. Darvas a beat up poor people mind and fight. No going nothing to see here. As you know, hear the man say, the opposition and the ruling party know what go on. And the both of them approve it based on the financial benefit. PNP don't say nothing about it. Vaz come out, shout out, Lord, nothing to see here. You think of them a type of leader we want? You think of them a type of leader we want, boy, yeah? You think of them a type of leader we want of a country? We don't have no more time for no bullshit and no fart. We don't have no more time for that. We're serious when it comes to my country. When you stop fool up the people them and tell them not turn them for some fool. Stop it. Stop fool up the people them and take them for fool. Stop it. You know, on both sides. That's like someone a friend boy and I try to run around the people them like say, we don't think that people are idiot boy. Yeah. You better you want to bet on investor friend from both sides. Make the trip to England and it's an investor conference, yeah. This money too big for you not have no honey night. Me say you want bet. Bet you any money. You have investor from the PNP side and labor right. PSOJ, them big neck guys, fly over there. Guys sit down at the meeting quietly. Shh. No make the people them know. No make the little slave them know, man. But we could listen again. Me say I apologize if what me are here and what Vaz say. Let's continue to all listen.
Over $30 billion of tax take for the island of Jamaica. So the scale is quite substantial.
The Jamaican opportunity is really a unique one. It's massive acreage holding, over 22,000 square kilometres, which is the equivalent of 3.5 million football pitches. And really the opportunity to be first mover in a country that is energy hungry, that would like to replace its imports with indigenous supply. More than that, the way that we're looking at Jamaica now and the technical work that's advanced, we see a real opportunity for a string of pearls in terms of exploration and development. And we're really looking at early commercialization and how we can do that. And with that, we've built a development around. It's conventional. It's using floating production and storage offshore systems, such as used in the Stabroek license in Guyana, for example. And actually, we have many similarities to the Stabroek license. So in the look at how we would go about commercializing these opportunities, we've really started to attract and engage with a number of partners, and we're really taking those conversations forward. And of course, our joint purpose with the Jamaican government is to get to a point of commercializing and getting to production as early as possible.
It's frontier exploration. There's not too many of those projects left in the world. And the fact that a company of our size has 100% of 29,000 square kilometers of acreage is really, really impressive.
What?
And it's in our hands now to move it forward. And as I've touched upon, the size of the prize is so big for what is really a minimal investment up front.
Cheap.
So I think we're really excited now moving forward into the remainder of this year, our existing work program, and hopefully drilling an exploration well in 2025 or 2026. This year, we've appointed a new country manager, Harona Thompson, and she'll lead operations on the ground and help us with all the permitting that's required for this year's work program in advance of hopefully drilling an exploration well in 2025. We've also invested quite substantially in a number of training and educational programs. So to date, since we've come into the license and taken over operatorship, we've invested over $500,000 in training and educational programs. So the relationship is very strong. I think the shareholders really need to get behind the story now and really support the work program and what we're trying to achieve. Tonight's presentation will be available on our website, and I really urge our shareholders to have a read of it. The technical story has evolved substantially over the last number of months, and we're really excited now. There's a number of additional leads and prospects that we've been working on, and the presentation will capture a lot of that detail.
Tonight, we gather to celebrate the partnership between United Oil and Gas PLC and the government of Jamaica, as well as to highlight the exciting opportunities that lie ahead in Jamaica's offshore oil and gas sector. We have an esteemed lineup of speakers who will share their insights and perspectives on this important collaboration. So without further ado, let us commence our program with a warm welcome from my dear friend, His Excellency Alexander Williams, the Jamaica's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. Your Excellency.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Lawrence. Lawrence has an excellent future as a politician. He speaks so fluidly and so well and so engaging. We need to get him into politics, no? So it's my distinct honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you, the United Oil and Gas PLC shareholders and stakeholders reception hosted here at the Jamaican High Commission in the United Kingdom. Tonight we gather in the spirit of partnership and collaboration to celebrate the fruitful relationship between United Oil and Gas PLC
Them said they're not
and the
Juliet
Jamaican
Black,
government.
but they have
The
oil.
occasion makes a significant milestone in our collective efforts to unlock Jamaica's offshore oil and gas potential and foster sustainable development for the benefit of our nation and its people.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. And thank you very much to His Excellency Alexander Williams and, of course, Lawrence Jones and the JAMPRO team for hosting us here tonight. As Brian said, I'm a director at United, and I'm really excited to be here with you today to share our story and our excitement about our opportunity in Jamaica.
Very excited, aren't they? Yeah! They're going to share this story. They're very, people, we don't know what going on, you know. In England, we are hearing this from, you know. Because them think not come to Jamaica. Val said nothing to see here. There's no oil found. So why Jamaica put this on? So I'm sure them have technology. Because I remember them talk about how much barrel under there, you know. So bore or no bore. Remember, whether them drill or not drill. Remember them tell you how much football field and how much barrel and all type of sitting. You see me, I say? Make we listen what I go on. Because all we can do is listen where people are happy about what they find in Jamaica. And we must have about hungry. That's what the thing said, man.
In the next 10 to 15 minutes, I aim to take you through our exciting opportunity offshore Jamaica. I'll start at the macro level, why this opportunity makes good business sense. Then we will look at how we can monetize and realize the vast value that lies in this acreage.
Monetize.
And finally, I'll share just a fraction of the technical evidence that we have that underpins our statements on value potential.
Technical evidence.
United are in a unique position here in Jamaica. The resource potential of this basin is huge. To date, and without the benefit of full 3D seismic coverage across the 22,000 square kilometers, and just let me give you some perspective, 22,000 square kilometers, you can put 3.5 million football pitches into 22,000 square kilometers. That's the acreage that we have, which holds over 7 billion barrels of mean prospective resources. So there's plenty of...
All they know said holes. How many barrels of that resources? And them I tell you now. So that amount of space holds this amount of barrels of oil. Remember, Val said not there. I just that maybe just try to make sense out of the people here, so. Val say, all right, not there. How come she tell we the amount of space, how much oil, such amount of space hold? You understand me? Gallon per space. Make we listen backside and happy, but we sitting down with no about you know, and we just take it, people.
United are in a unique position here in Jamaica.
I'm sure.
The resource potential of this basin is huge. To date, and without the benefit of full 3D seismic coverage across the 22,000 square kilometers, and just let me give you some perspective, 22,000 square kilometers, you can put 3.5 million football pitches into 22,000 square kilometers.
Mhm.
That's the acreage that we have, which holds over 7 billion barrels of mean prospective resource.
Hold on. What the amount of acreage was she talking about? What you say about that acreage? Is it corals? Is it fish? What did she talk about? This amount of acreage holds oil, barrels of oil. That's what she's saying. This amount of acreage holds barrels of oil. That's what she's saying. But Vaz say otherwise. We have to hear from him first.
So there's plenty of upside here and plenty of running room. On top of this, and very important, is that the fiscal term basin is huge. To date, and without the benefit of full 3D seismic coverage across the 22,000 square kilometers, and just let me give you some perspective, 22,000 square kilometers, you can put 3.5 million football pitches into 22,000 square kilometers. That's the acreage that we have, which holds over 7 billion barrels of mean prospective resources. So there's plenty of upside here and plenty of running room. On top of this, and very important, is that the fiscal terms here rank right at the top in terms of attractiveness. When you couple this with how supportive and flexible the government are, the first mover advantage.
Supportive and flexible the government are. You think the government and letting people do the fracking out? That's how we have the bootlick at them. You know, you must support it. No pushback, not the supportive and everything. Just go and go take it. Put the hotel in the mangrove, build it on the beach, mash up anything. Just give me some money in my pocket. We're not busy about none. You hear the people must say? Every investor love bootlickers, you know. We sell out the people, you know, traitors, you know. Look on JPS, them sign up, them go behind JPS and lie to the people. But how much percent of Jamaica customers, JPS customers, have electricity after the hurricane? You see that right there, sir? Don't you see them take side with JPS? And the Prime Minister and Vaza come out, come say, yeah, until when things get bad on social media and them off him head. Yeah, he might come out and go like him and do some mild pushback like we are idiot. And you see what I'm going right now? You see, so the PNP and the Labour know about this, even though PNP and Labour know about it. Vaz come out and say, nothing to see here. The PNP not send on this whole head straight angle and go them and go.
Square kilometers. That's the acreage that we have, which holds over 7 billion barrels of mean prospective resources. So there's plenty of upside here and plenty of running room. On top of this, and very important, is that the fiscal terms here rank right at the top in terms of attractiveness.
Tell me about it.
When you couple this with how supportive and flexible the government are, the first mover advantage for anyone wishing to grow a valuable business here in Jamaica for the sustainable development of the nation and your own business are undeniable. And let me say that the opportunity to participate in Jamaica is far more than an opportunity to participate in exploration. What we will be doing here is opening up a new basin. You will see later in the presentation how analogous this opportunity is to Stabroek license in Guyana in terms of block size, resource potential, prospect size distribution, and production potential. The opportunity here is to be the first mover in building an integrated business in an energy-hungry country that desires to replace its imports and to be part of the economic development of the nation. While at the same time,
Hola, people. Dwayne Hutchinson. Carlos, how you so lie? No eyes, water down there. A misinformation, man. No, man, that barrels of water down there, man, in that amount of acreage. You understand me? Not but water down there and sand and all seashell. I could water them I talk about. Yeah?
time making substantial returns as a company. Another unique and very important aspect of this is that we as an industry and as a nation want to accelerate and strengthen our efforts of decarbonisation and emissions management. And this is an opportunity to build a carbon neutral development from the outset,
Eh.
with all of the positive impacts of that on our sustainability objectives and our reputation. So a quick recap just for this section. This is an excellent opportunity for monetizing exploration prospectivity. We have over 7 billion barrels, and we have a very small area of 3D, which if I walk over here.
How much barrels? Barrels of water, Mr. Hutchison, barrels of water. Whoa! No, sir. Please be reminded what the energy, don't take it from me. When you listen to the energy minister here.
Minister Darrell Vaz has dismissed reports on social media claiming an oil discovery off Jamaica's coast. He labeled the news or the claims as fake news. Mr. Vaz stated that there is no such find and urged the public to disregard these rumors. He explained he received numerous inquiries about the matter.
As minister, I can categorically state that there's no such thing. It is absolutely fake news. I, as minister, will be the first one to be excited to share any such good news if and when that happens. So until such time as you hear from me, while I'm minister, disregard all information in relation to Jamaica's discovery of oil. It is just simply untrue. Lie.
This is an opportunity to build a carbon neutral development from the outset, with all of the positive impacts of that on our sustainability objectives and our reputation. So a quick recap just for this section. This is an excellent opportunity for monetizing exploration prospectivity. We have over 7 billion barrels, and we have a very small area of 3D, which if I walk over here, we have 3D over this area. We have the rest of the acreage here. And with that, we have identified...
Hold on. Too damn fast. 7 billion barrels. Are we listening? Are we? Guys, want to hear that? I don't know if I hear the same thing when I hear. 7 billion barrels of what? And like Mr. Hutchison said, gotta be water. 7 billion barrels. We're talking about barrels here. 7 billion barrels of what? The one little time we find little gold in Jamaica, something look like say can live up the country. Take you out of poverty. Make the people them better, PNP and Labour right together. People will not vote, all of us together as Jamaicans together. The first time they find it together, the PNP know about it. Water, 7 billion barrels of water. Kavaz said they don't find no oil. And you talk about these people at the executive, you talk about the CEO, and I have a big wig of the oil company. I tell we are England, I sit where the Jamaica government put on. But Vaz says, yeah, nothing to see here. Vloggers should not talk about this.
Emissions management. And this is an opportunity to build a carbon neutral development from the outset, with all of the positive impacts of that on our sustainability objectives and our reputation. So a quick recap just for this section. This is an excellent opportunity for monetizing exploration prospectivity. We have over 7 billion barrels, and we have a very small area of 3D, which if I walk over here...
Barrels of what? 7 billion barrels of what, Vaz? Salt water?
With that, we have identified 21 prospects and leads. So when we shoot more 3D and when we reprocess the existing 3D, that is only going to grow. So massive upside potential here.
Whoa!
I'll show you later. And unfortunately, we don't have time, and I'm sure you maybe don't want to see it, but we have more than an hour's worth of presentation of real solid technical material on why there is an active hydrocarbon system here. All the wells that have been drilled to date have had oil shows, even way back to the...
Didn't they say wells drilled today have oil show? All the wells that were dug up to date have oil. Hold on. Because we have to listen to them people. Them talk with their English accent, but we can't be fooled, you know. Make we listen to them. Because they're not Jamaica. England is a come out. Me could listen here, sir.
And we have a very small area of 3D, which if I walk over here, we have 3D over this area, and we have the rest of the acreage here. And with that, we have identified 21 prospects and leads.
Listen.
So when we shoot more 3D and when we reprocess the existing 3D, that is only going to grow. So massive upside potential here.
What?
I'll show you later. And unfortunately, we don't have time, and I'm sure you maybe don't want to see it, but we have more than an hour's worth of presentation of real solid technical material of why there is an active hydrocarbon system here. All the wells that have been drilled to date have had oil shows, even way back to the 1950s. There are numerous...
All the well that the drill back to the 1950s, all the well have oil in them. All the well show oil. Well, we hear talk about drilling. Well, people. Long time they might do it. People, both parties, PNP and Labour, they've been trying to find oil for decades, people. And even though they don't make no sound and they don't tell we. A long time, PNP and Labour are drill for oil and they don't tell the people them. How long you think this a company for them to come up with this result? How long them out there a search run for the oil? No, I'm like serious. You think they just got the last week and say, whoa, jackpot. How long, remember, say, decades Jamaica try to find oil. This company, how long you think them out there a search and do a type of thing to come up with this type of result here? A long time them do it quietly. Shh, don't tell nobody. So when they come out in the paper, it shouldn't come out there so you ever say, whoa, shut up. Me I go to go tell them, say, because me a man I know about lie, you know. Me always tell a lie them, so just make me, you give me the job to go tell a liar. You I know it here.
Identified and sampled both onshore and offshore. There's seismic evidence for hydrocarbon migration. You don't have to be a seismologist to see it. You can see the chimneys rising up to the surface, the gas chimneys. The Cretaceous source rock development is that we've done some basin modeling that shows where the source rocks are and how that has been built up in the basin. We have supportive government policy in fiscal terms, and essentially the resource here is comparable to the Stabroek resource in Guyana.
What?
So massive potential in the Walton Morant and the potential...
Massive potential of salt water, people. Please don't forget what Mr. Vaz said. I don't want to spread no fake news on my platform. Please be reminded of that message. There's no oil out here. It's fake news. It's a lie. Think you can trust these people to reparation money? And you know what happened to them? Them are doing? Them fool are gonna sell it out cheap. Make others rob them because what? It's not gonna benefit them. They put a bag of money in their pocket. The people don't get nothing. They make other people come rob them. Never see council, bossy slave them. No mean the people them not good. Why we never know about this investor conference? Why we never know about it put on by the government of Jamaica? Who was in the conference?
Actually produce up to and exceed 1 million barrels of oil production per day. I suspect that some of you might have a question in your minds, which is, why now and not before? After all, the first well drilled here was almost 70 years ago. First, it is usual rather than unusual for frontier basins to take decades before monetization occurs. And if we think about Guyana, for example, which is the most recent frontier basin to be opened up, the first well was in the 80s and first discovery was in May 2015.
A long time I look for oil.
The sheer scale of data acquisition and technical work that has to take place before you can work up a prospect inventory that sufficiently de-risks your acreage so that you can drill is huge, and it takes time. It's just as simple as that. So essentially where we are today, what's changed? Well, we understand much more about the exploration concepts here, where to target in terms of the offshore drilling. We've got a much better understanding of the basin, of the regional source rock development, etc., and the geological concepts. And we've got some high quality 3D seismic, which we're going to improve upon and reprocess and acquire more. Okay, thank you.
3D seismic.
So I've shown you the immense size of the prize at Walton Morant, and let's now consider
the size of the prize. You hear the language there? Imagine you're an investor looking somewhere to invest your money, invited to something like this. You hear them talk about, say the money to put in is very small in comparison to the money you're going to get out of it. You hear them talk all sweet about sitting. You hear them talk England, Jamaican, Labour and PMP. We come out and come put the neck on the block. Say me mama have red, blood run red and green and all the nonsense. When all of them come together, call like they want to sell out we birth right. Eh? The whole of them we align with the West for send the troops and go Haiti. Eh? The whole of them align figure with the joke. Eh? Some more agreement coming in, man. Quiet. How would them work for people? Stay there.
Important question of how we would go about unlocking that value potential.
Eh?
We've identified more than 7 billion barrels of potential on the block, and there are numerous prospects and leads that are greater on their own than 500 million barrels, and some that are up to 1 billion barrels in size, and you'll see more of that later in the presentation.
Eh?
This resource distribution gives us a great choice of initial targets to open up the block, and which provides us with great flexibility in how we approach developing the block. Any one of these large prospects alone would create excellent economic return. But given the sheer scale of the resource potential here, we would develop the area using FPSO, floating production storage offshore hubs. These are just big ships, basically, that process things on board, with multiple large discoveries tied back to each FPSO. Our goal being to develop the 7 billion barrels of resources and to reach over 1 million barrels of oil production per day on the block. Just to give you an idea, these are tried and tested conventional development techniques, and indeed exactly the same as the approach being used to unlock the value from the prolific Stabroek block owned.
Tried and tested.
By Exxon, Hess and CNOOC, which is offshore Guyana, where they're using multiple FPSOs as hubs to develop clusters of discoveries. We also have the potential at Walton Morant to add more value from the associated gas. Often associated gas is a bit of a nuisance, but actually Jamaica currently has over 900 megawatts of thermal power generation relying on imported oil and gas supplies that could be replaced by associated gas from the Walton Morant discoveries. Given that most of the power generation and gas demand is on the southern coast of Jamaica, it's easy to land gas to shore and replace imported oil and gas with indigenous clean gas for power generation. Now, I'm going to take a bit of time on this, if I may. It's dense with data, and I'm sure maybe some of you cannot read it all. But if we just start with the map on the right-hand side, and you can see the relative geographic proximity between Jamaica and Guyana. And then if you look at the top right is Stabroek, and then of course our acreage here, and actually they're plotted on a relatively similar scale, so you can see also that in terms of the relative size they are roughly the same as well. But when you take a deeper look, what you will see here is that in many parameters, in terms of whether we're talking about the block size, the water depth, the drill, how deep you would have to drill to get through to the reservoir and total depth, how the source rock was formed, the resource potential, so 11 billion barrels in Guyana, 7 billion barrels so far in Walton Morant, the number of discoveries and the average resources per prospect. There are so many similarities between the two areas, and in terms of the development, we've talked about the FPSO hubs. We think discovery to first oil would also be around 4 years. The number of FPSOs, etc. Many, you can read them there yourselves, but there are many things that are very similar to a basin that, was relatively unknown not so long ago, very frontier, and is now in the middle of essentially developing 33 prospects to reach over 1 million barrels of oil production per day.
You hear that,
So
man?
that's the potential here in Jamaica.
Sales
And I
people.
think, just straying slightly away from my own notes, but I think there are times when the time is right. We've done a lot of technical work in United prior to drilling a well. We've done that so that we can de-risk this as far as possible. You'll see that the upcoming work program further de-risks that drilling of a well. I think where we are in the world, there's a realization that reserves have to be replaced, that the world will continue to need fossil fuels right up into 2050 and beyond. And that, frontier exploration is not a scary thing so long as you do your work properly and you do proper technical work and you understand the government's needs, the nation's needs, the commercialization potential, and how quickly you can start to actually commercialize so that you can generate cash flow to fund your further development. And that's the work that we are really now focusing on as a team in United on Walton Morant.
So, on your people, without me even go any further, coming on a plate now, it's a long thing. Me don't know what have to hear it and it's sound interesting. You don't have to hear it, the whole light people. Because this is sitting here as it else. People. This is sitting normal, You hear them talk about people them go a sell. Them are people there in England a sell with oil, to investor. Them go out and tell the investor about the size of the how much oil in this size, this amount of property, how much oil in it, and blah blah blah, and all them can make whole heap of profit for the mega investment them are putting in it, my people. I want you to understand, if you say you're PNP and Labour, make a open your eye upon them, no man. If you're PNP and Labour, make a open your eye upon them, no man. Good God, you can't be not roots that orange and that green, so to be that stupid that you think say this I think I must slide by with. Good God, man, what if they get reparation? This is a simple example. What if they get reparation? You think if you give these people reparation money is the best way to go, people? Come on, man.
So I'll take your eye, please, to the chart in the bottom left. That's the analog Stabroek block, which the discovered resources, which were built up rapidly over the course of the 33 discoveries. And you can see that in the cumulative discovery plot here, down at the bottom left. We expect a similar distribution to occur on our Jamaican license, having some billion-barrel prospects also, and numerous prospects with hundreds of millions of barrels.
Wow.
And this has led to the potential for 10 FPSO hubs on Stabroek, the first 6 of which are already committed by Exxon, Hess, and CNOOC, and targeting the 1.2 million barrels of oil production per day.
Oh, it's not salt water, it's barrels of oil. It's not barrels of salt water, okay? It's barrels of oil. Let's continue, listen.
If you note the middle chart, which is the production profile that's publicly available from the Guyana partners, which shows that the first 5 FPSOs will reach 1 million barrels of oil production.
Let's share this,
We then go over to the right-hand side and compare to the right-hand side chart, which shows the comparable build-up of the Walton Morant production potential, where 6 FPSO hubs would be used to develop 1.2 million barrels based on the 7 billion barrels of resource potential. And this is very similar to the scale in Guyana, using the same tried and tested development techniques. Very quickly, and I'm conscious that you're all standing and you've been standing for a bit of time. So as most of Jamaica's industry and population centres are on the south coast, as I said earlier, this gives us great optionality to bring low cost.
South coast, don't forget already the hurricane walk. The eye of the hurricane conveniently walk on the south coast over the waters on the south coast. I don't know why.
Natural gas to shore for power generation and use by industry. And if we look at the high percentage of imported gas and oil Jamaica currently uses, that could be swapped for indigenous low carbon associated gas from our developments. That can supply existing and potential new industry and, importantly, can provide pressure support to boost production as the assets mature. That's really important because that's a very expensive part of, if you retrofit pressure support to a development, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So to actually be able to build that in from the beginning is something that's really important.
All right, guys, we're not going to split no more, but someone was asking, where can they go? Douglas Allen was asking, where can get your pen and your paper, Douglas. United Oil and Gas presentation at Jamaica Investor Evening. Write that down. Type that in YouTube. United Oil and Gas presentation at Jamaica Investor Evening. It's a Jamaica Investor Evening. United Oil and Gas presentation at Jamaica Investor Evening. So that's where, just type that into YouTube or into, you can even Google it and you'll find it up and it'll send you where you're supposed to go. This man said people not play fear. Where they love that way. Me just want to ask my people, where they love that way. We have to go and like say PNP labor right. You know, since they want to look like they want to take a look up and sit and forget. We don't find women in Jamaica. You want to look at time and say, yeah, look at mine in my day. I jump up for my people. And I say, Jano, how come, and then I hear the big old news and said, sorry. I say, what the backside are going here? How the hell are going here? Me have to come out on my page, come make nice. Nice for my page. So while Jamaican politicians are trying to hide the thing from the people, here we are going in a Burkina Faso by Mr. Ibrahim Traore. Because we have to play these things, people. We have to compare leaders because some of them full of crap and we talk about them on my page. So when we find the ones them that are do good, we are going to highlight them. We might not know the political things over there. We might not know certain things, but individually, we like the man for what he stand for. Yeah? So listen. Well, listen to the man stand for people because nonsense are going on, boy. We can't make it fester.
For years, but the largest gold reserves export all their gold.
Really?
In other words, foreign companies, mostly Western, come to African countries, mine gold, and take it with them to their countries. In return, a small fraction is paid instead of sharing profits and offering pure gold. That's why most African countries struggle to stabilize their economies. Their resources are being stolen. But guess what? The president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, has risen to challenge the West and their exploitative tactics. Just recently, he has issued an order that bans all gold exports. Instead, Burkina Faso will own this gold and will use it to back up its currency. In this way, Burkina Faso's currency will become the only one in the world that will be pegged by gold and therefore will become most valuable. But how has Ibrahim Traore banned gold exports and how the West is responding after its gold markets got shaken? Let's know about that in this video. What's happening in Burkina Faso is beyond even the imagination of those who want to see Africa always dependent. As of the latest news, Burkina Faso is making a major effort toward economic independence with the creation of its own Treasury Deposits Bank under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traore. According to the government's official announcement, President Traore officially inaugurated the Treasury Deposit Bank, BDT, on Friday, August 2, 2024, at its headquarters within the Public Treasury in Kuluba. This launch is more than just the opening of a bank. It's a bold step toward reclaiming the nation's financial sovereignty. The BDT is designed to provide accessible banking services to all citizens, with a network extending through regional, provincial, and departmental treasuries to ensure everyone, regardless of location, can access these services. As a public financial institution, the Treasury Deposit Bank will cater to a wide range of clients, including public institutions, state companies, local authorities, international organizations, private businesses, NGOs, and individuals. Its primary mission is to manage the banking functions of the public treasury, offering services like account management, resource collection, and transaction processing. Additionally, the BDT will introduce digital payment methods and develop innovative banking services to meet the evolving needs of its customers. The establishment of the Treasury Deposit Bank is a crucial step for Burkina Faso in its journey toward full monetary sovereignty. For years, Francophone countries like Burkina Faso have been denied true central banks, relying instead on institutions like the Central Bank of West African States, often seen as mere extensions of the Bank of France. This arrangement has allowed European countries, which lack their own gold mines, to accumulate large gold reserves that are, in reality, plundered from African nations. President Ibrahim Traoré is fully aware of this exploitation, where foreign companies extract vast amounts of gold from Burkina Faso while the country sees little of its wealth. In response, Traoré has taken decisive action by banning gold exports and reclaiming control over the nation's resources. Under his leadership, the military junta has suspended the issuance of export permits for artisanal and semi-mechanized gold and other precious commodities, effective immediately. In other words, no gold mined inside Burkina Faso will leave Burkina Faso's borders. Ibrahim Traoré explicitly said that this suspension is aimed at cleaning up the sector and better organizing the marketing of gold and other valuable resources. Here's a reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Africa's geopolitics, economy, and changing landscape. Let's continue now. You should know that approximately 10 to 30 tons of gold are mined artisanally in Burkina Faso. And from now on, Burkina Faso will be preserving this gold, in addition to gold from foreign companies. It turns out that Ibrahim Traoré is in no mood to delay taking action. The Boucle du Mouhan region in the northwest of Burkina Faso has immediately seen the closure of 43 gold mining sites due to security concerns. But things don't stop at only banning. Burkina Faso's junta-led government reached a significant milestone with the launch of the country's first gold refinery, a crucial move towards gaining control over its most valuable mineral resource. The refinery, located in the capital, Ouagadougou, is expected to produce around 400 kilograms of gold per day, as reported by Ismail Saibi, CEO of Marina Gold, the company co-managing the project. Saibi announced that the refinery is projected to produce its first 22-karat gold bars in just 11 months. At the launch ceremony, Burkina Faso's military leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, stressed the importance of refining gold domestically. He said that Burkina Faso no longer needs to send its gold abroad for refining. From now on, it will do it inside Burkina Faso, ensuring Burkina Faso knows the true content of the raw gold. Despite the central role gold plays in Burkina Faso's economy, the country has struggled to fully control this critical resource.
Wow.
Traoré pointed out that much of the gold leaves the country through fraudulent channels, fueling ongoing extremism. This shift toward domestic gold refining comes at a time when many African nations are turning to gold as a hedge against currency losses and geopolitical risks. Countries like Nigeria, Uganda, Tanzania, and Madagascar have announced plans to increase their gold reserves and purchase gold domestically. Concerns about the stability of the U.S. financial system and the potential weaponization of the dollar are motivating these countries to diversify their reserves and reduce their reliance on the U.S. dollar. However, the biggest threat is French control of African countries' reserves. Burkina Faso's new gold refinery represents a significant step towards securing its economic future, enabling the country to retain more of its wealth within its borders and reduce the illicit flow of gold that has been funding violence and instability.
Yo, those are nice.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie! Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because he's a proud man, you know. Me don't like people tell lie for me.
Gold will be used to build gold reserves, which will, in turn, smoothen the way for launching a sovereign currency. It's being reported that Burkina Faso's government is set to roll out several innovations to the 2015 mining code, which was recently updated in July 2023. Among the most significant changes is Burkina Faso's plan to establish a national gold reserve. According to the information from a Council of Ministers meeting held on March 20, 2024, Ouagadougou intends to ask mining companies to contribute to building this national gold reserve. The revised mining code also includes new regulations for marketing gold and other minerals, aiming to create a more structured and regulated industry. In other words, not only gold exports have been banned, but companies are being asked to offer gold to build national reserves. That's called true sovereignty that Africa needs. The new mining code also emphasizes increasing local participation in the mining sector. It requires mining companies to open their share capital to Burkinabé investors, enhancing the power of local officials to monitor and control mining activities. Additionally, the state's mandatory shareholding in mining companies, necessary for obtaining a license to operate large or small mines, has been increased from 10% to 15%. By the end of December 2022, Burkina Faso's declared artisanal gold production increased from 266 kilograms in 2021 to 457 kilograms in 2022. This increase in production has significantly boosted the state's revenue. Direct contributions to the state budget rose from 430.916 billion CFA francs in 2021 to 540.984 billion CFA francs in 2022, reflecting an increase of 110.068 billion CFA francs. Additionally, gold export revenues reached an estimated 2,099.1 billion CFA francs, accounting for 73.86% of Burkina Faso's export revenues and reinforcing gold's position as the country's leading export product since 2009. What Ibrahim Traoré has achieved is phenomenal. On one hand, he has banned gold exports, and on the other, he unveiled the country's own gold refinery that will take care of the raw gold. Then, gold from all these sources will be funneled toward the country's first state band, which will peg the currency with this gold. You should know the CFA franc will no longer continue. A new currency will be launched and gold will be used to back up this currency, not the CFA franc. The moment this happens, Burkina Faso will get rid of the colonial financial system, gaining sovereignty to manage its own capital. What do you think? Should other African presidents do the same and ban gold and precious metals exports? Isn't it true that all African leaders have to be united to bring a sustainable change that can prosper Africa? In the comment section right below, share your thoughts on the fact that Africa has more than sufficient natural resources to thrive even better than Europe. It just has to take back control. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and
Guys, what do you think about that? You see the difference? Total difference, don't it? You see the difference, don't it? Me no see it. I'm not an idiot. Yeah? Africa try hold on and feed them what them got to make the people them benefit. They decide to say, nah, process, make nobody take them gold out of them country. They might process it. The man them say, I set up jewel store at these mines so they can process them gold into fine jewelry. And we can go buy it. People can go buy it. You know, you don't need nobody if you go sell your stuff for you like backside at the same thing. Both PNP and Labour line in pocket. People go and go vote people. But make a hold them beg. Me and beg gonna do this time, people. The future of my country is very important right now. It's on the line. You see? We need changes, people. It's when enough vote, people enough hold them accountable. Me not care who win. Me not care one of them two money go win, you know. But it no matter who win, we as Jamaica need to hold them accountable for we country people. Can you imagine Isle? I think name Isle. Isle. Potential Isle out there. And there's some people me hear talk about in England. Well, the Jamaica, something with the Jamaica government fund and look for investor to come invest. The government who fund this to looking for investor one of the same government minister of energy coming out and tell we say, no go so. And them same people here line up with the minister of energy, same thing with JPS, side with them. Is just like us the people, politicians and PSOJ. It is us the people and against politicians and PSOJ. These companies. Anyway, people, I want you to share that video. Share it to your WhatsApp, 3 to 5 people. Now, I beg you no. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As usual, I am a student in your guys' class. Make sure your comments make sense in every sentence. If it is the first time on my platform, you like the work, please, I'm asking you kindly, subscribe. Hit the bell, notification bell, so whenever I go live, you can there, so in the comment section, so we can get to see your comment in a real time. Yeah, man. People, me love you know. We as Jamaicans gotta hold up a head. Jamaican Carlos TV is UIC party on the ballot. No, I don't know in a family. I do not know Chris Clark, and they should be. And I don't see why not. A registered political party. I don't see why not. Them should be out there. Them should be out there. Opposition must be out there. They're a registered party, but in Jamaica, them not show no respect at all to the UIC because mainly I believe that the UIC don't get up and go out there. Come off of social media. Go out there. Go out there. We see Andrew out there. We see Mark out there. Cut out the cockety. Jamaica people in no social media stuff. You have to go meet them. Jamaica people want to be massaged. Joseph. Social media is not enough reach to massage them. You have to massage them. Remember I told you, say, remember I tell you, I'm going to give you the advice, Joseph. You tell me, say, you're not going to play in a political. Remember the word they use, Mr. Joe? Eh? Political theater. That's what the word they use, Mr. Patterson. And my response to you, Mr. Patterson, was Jamaica people in a political theater. And if I did them there, Mr. Patterson, you have to go in at the theater, go take them out and change their mind. But remember, you tell me, you're not going to join the political theater, Mr. Patterson. So this is a Jamaica people in a political theater, and they're going in the political theater for a long time, then brainwash. We're not ready yet. Jamaicans are not ready for real change. See it on the thumbnail there. Jamaicans are not ready for real change. No, we're not ready. All right, let me give you an example. Kind of matter if UIC come in there, you know. Are the people them? You know matter how me chat up at so tell me more sod frat. Are the people them? Let me show you why are the people them. Now for where I say, boy, all right, one of the biggest things I go in Jamaica, the Samoa Agreement. Well, like them turn to youth them in a fish and teach youth them these things in a school. All right. What if Andrew Ones in a power say, right? You know what, Europe, take back your, so take back your money. We know I sign nothing here, man. Me know on that deal there. Me just wake up last night and me get a dream and my conscience just tell me say, nobody with the Samoa Agreement. We never turn and look at you, me not fish at Jamaica. What if Andrew Ones said, sure, me now, but I said it troop them to Haiti. Me now go listen and say, me now want to push round and so. What if Andrew Ones said that? Or it could be Mark Golden coming there too. Say him a walk on him hand, him foot them and not on him hand. Just like Michael Mann, they say, me not gonna take no push on from nobody. People no listen me, no come here. What you ready for this, Jamaica? What happen when the sanction start and the embargo start? You can't get on the rice or the flour again. What to when you go to Jamaica and a travel document take away as part of the pushback and the resistance coming from the leader of Jamaica who might change their mind for the right reason, fighting for the people, the right cause, but some people not gonna like it and pull back. Are you ready, people? Can you stand up like the people of Burkina Faso who know what is going on and is wise and they are ready for the Gideon? Come here, Jamaica. Look at my thumbnail. Me know you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. No, sir. You are not ready for this. It was just yesterday Michael Manley was in power. Tricks was pulled on Michael Manley. Embargo, sanction. Why? Was he a bad guy? But you want to educate the people them. During that time when Michael Manley was educating Jamaica, working hard to educate Jamaica, China was educating them people also. I want to share the video, you know. Them are not going to pass a video them, you know. During that time, when Michael Manley, they on the campaign, the education campaign, to educate Jamaica, even Jamal, people graduate from school, you better go learn. Because Michael Manley want to dance boy, revolutionize the country through education, like China did. Well, during that time, China was doing the same thing. Remember, China was poor. So poor that people eat the bark off of the tree. Literally, bark off a tree. China and yam. Now, sometimes I have to wonder how the dog namming start. But anyway, that's a different business. But they were poor. You see me I say? What China did was use education to lift up themselves out of poverty. China used to take America trash, garbage, shipload of it. With garbage recipe and garbage truck, come pick up your sinting and dump it and go with the frozen garbage. China used to take shipload and shipload of that. So poor. Going through garbage, like dumping at the dumpster diving. China used to dumpster dive in America trash. Dive in America dumpster. And don't lie me, I tell people, these are facts. I don't know many years ago, China tell America that them don't want no more trash from them. I don't know if it's 5 or 6, somewhere along there. So China tell America say them don't want no more trash. Stop collect trash. Couple years ago, China report that you have more. Report from China that there are more billionaires in China than they are in America. We could talk about the dumpster diver them now, who used to take America trash. They are the richest set of people till them and lend the people them trash where they used to take and dive in money. America owe China money. Why? Education. It was the same period of time Michael Manley saw the light and was trying to educate us. Can you imagine if the other politician never come after Michael Manley? Had bought into it. I talk about PJ and Portia. None of them never believe in Michael Manley vision, you know. PJ and Portia never push it, education like that. Me play my video last night in the morning, early morning. You hear Michael Manley budget speech, May 5th, 1973. Long speech him give about education. I've not heard no prime minister talk about education in that way. None. The man make it be a big business theme, big part of the man budget. May 5th, 1973, Michael Manley budget speech on education. We are great people, you know. But these guys look like them about to sell out the aisle to some investor. Take it and go on, man. Sell it cheap. As long as them can get for pocket for themselves. We're not just politician people. You see, until me say one of them come in and lock up the next one, investigate them and lock them up on behalf of the people who them rob from. Instead of walk around and go like say, them are enemy, but when them are friend. Just stop playing the people them. All them days are done. We have vloggers up as if telling the truth. Stop. We're not friend. The whole are not friend. My friend right there sitting down. The whole are not friend. Eh? The whole are the wife go hang out and go to the beauty shop together and all type of retreat, female retreat together. The whole are not friend. Things so you can laugh with the people and come con them again. We're there. We're there. We're there, man. We're there. But we don't have no aisle. People, I love you know. I love you know. My name is Jamaican Carlos, people. Share this if you think somebody if you hear this. I'm out.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You that chop line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again. What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, miss away, eat the yellow rat you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most of mantis statue. Say we like a catch you, but we got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above him up, him a got up. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. When singers and DJs and such a need that's coming at you. It burn me, 300% praise. It burn me, garbage pile up the day. It burn me, give the teacher them raise. It burn me, I see corruption face. It burn me, mash down the people them house. It burn me, every day appear arms out. It burn me, appear money them a thief. It burn me, and them a sell out the beach. Can't for me again, you can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again.
The government, because the economy is growing, the government is now giving young people who are registered in HEART approximately $150 each month to help them with the bus fare and help them with the lunch money. So nobody has any excuse not to go to school to learn a skill because you're getting help with the bus fare and help with the lunch money as well. If that is not transformational, I don't know what is. So if that is not transformational, I don't know what is.
I hear man talk all kind of lie. Oh, 20 million and 28 million. Lie! Me not take no salary increase. So my salary is what it was before. And I tell you something, I feel like just keep back to. Because these are proud man, you know. Me not like people tell lie for me.
There is no tracking of people. There is no curtailing of people saying anything that is negative. That is absolutely not the case.
The person was tracked and their identity discovered.
Anyone can say anything and it is amplified around the country and around the world. And it is important that as we protect the rights of our people and protect the right to freedom of expression and speech, that at the same time it is grounded in truth.
Some 60 odd shelters across the country.
Go to any of our 780 plus shelters.
We have 900 shelters right across the island.